Good morning, everybody. It's Ian from RTO. Welcome to Monday. Welcome to another album ranking. And today it's the final part of the Paul Rodgers story. Apart from being in Free and The Firm and Bad Company and The Law, and he still managed to put together 5 solo albums. Okay, a couple of them are compilation albums, cover albums, whatever you want to call them, but they're pretty good. So he brought out 5, and they're all pretty good. Even the cover albums, they are pretty solid. So let's get starting then. So coming in at number 5 is the 5th studio album, The Royal Sessions, released February 2014. It consists of covers of rhythm and blues and soul songs. He recorded them at the Royal Studios in Memphis, Tennessee, with local musicians, and Paul chose these songs because they inspired him in his youth. It's got so many musicians on it, it'll take me 20 minutes to read them all out, so I'm not going to bother them, but they're all sort of session guys and they're all pretty cool. Okay, the first track on here is I Thank You, Isaac Hayes and obviously ZZ Top. Very good version of this. It's a great song anyway, and it's really groovy and a little bit more funky than the ZZ Top. It's more in the lines of Isaac Hayes' version. Don't Bother Me, Albert King's song. Fantastic cover of this song. Paul Rodgers' vocal on this is absolutely blinding. Then we get I Can't Stand the Rain. Not a bad cover at all. Pretty cool. I've Been Loving You Too Long to Stop Now. Otis Redding song, written by him. A great cover of this song. Really good. How Strong Is My Love, very good cover again. Walk On By, the Burt Bacharach, that Hal David song. I don't like this version at all. I don't know what he's done to it. Then we get Any Old Way, Steve Cropper, Blues Brothers. Great version, typical Blues Brothers sound on that one. It is really good. It's Growing, Smokey Robinson, not a bad version of that. It's one of my favourite songs on the album. Then we get Albert King's song Born Under a Bad Sign. Love this track anyway. It's my favourite track on this album, and Paul does a great version of it. Then I've got Dreams to Remember, another Otis Redding track. Really good version again, fantastic. Shake, this Sam Cooke. It's okay, but not as good as Sam's. Walk in the Shadow. Obviously he did this for free. It's a little bit more of a upbeat version of it. Pretty good. Wonderful World. It's a little bit more uplifting and a little bit more jazzy than Louis Armstrong's, but it's a very solid track. Okay, this is a cover album. It's got some very good songs on it, and it is a very good cover album that I do like listening to. So I'll give it an RTO ranking of 6 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 4, 3rd studio album, released in June 1997. Now, there's a live album that goes with it, but that come out a bit later. And it's got stuff from Free and Bad Company on it, but the original album came out with a different cover. And on here we have Paul Rodgers doing the vocals, string guitar, rhythm guitar and piano, Jeff Whitehorn lead guitar and backing vocals, Jazz Lockery on the bass and Jimmy Copley on the drums. Soul of Love is the first track. Great little rocker this is. Nice Drums from Jimmy Copley on this. Jazz Lockery bass sounds good, and Paul of course sounds fantastic. Overloaded. I don't know what this. It's a bit of a mixture here. It doesn't sound rocky. It doesn't sound funky. It doesn't sound soul. It's an alright track, but it hasn't got its own identity. Heart of the Fire, another great little track. Nice guitar work in this from Jeff Whitehorn. Very good guitar player. Saving Grace, great track. It's written by Jeff Whitehorn. Neil Schon from Santana helped write this. Great driving riff in this. The drums sound fantastic on. Jimmy Copley was a great drummer. All I Want Is You. This is very bad company, but very, very good. Chasing Shadows, another good solid track. Nice guitar work in this. All I Need Is Love. Love Is All I Need. Nice little blues number here. Got nice piano from work from Paul on this. Terrific track. Nights Like This, another great track. One of my favourites on the album. Shadow of the Sun, again fantastic. Guitar solo on it. I Lost You, great little track. Some great guitar solos, and another solid performance by Paul Rodgers. Holding Back the Storm is the last track. Solid rocker, that is fantastic. That's my favourite track on the album as well. Another solid album from Paul. Got really good songs. These albums are very hard to rank because they're all very, very good. They've all got quality. And I'll give this album an RTO ranking of 7 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 3. This is another cover album. Muddy Waters Blues, a tribute to Muddy Waters. I love Muddy Waters, love his songs. On here there's lots of guests, so I will go through as we go, but there's some of the tracks have got the same one. So you've got Paul Rodgers of course on vocals and guitars, Jason Bonham on drums, Pino Palindo on bass and fretless bass guitar, Ian Hatton, another guitarist, got Ronnie Foster on the Hammond organ, Jimmy Wood harmonica, and we've got David Piach on piano and Hammond as well, and Billy Sherwood on percussion. There's lots of, and Jimmy Horn as well does some guitar work. Okay, the first track on here is an acoustic version of Muddy Water Blues that he does with the great guitarist Buddy Guy. Fantastic version, both play a great tune on that, it's fantastic. Next track, Louisiana Blues, one of my favourite Muddy Water songs. Great version of this. Trevor Rabin is on guitar from Yes, and it is fantastic. I Can't Be Satisfied, great, bit more upbeat than the original version, and this features Brian Setzler from the Stray Cats, great guitarist, and he does that track justice. Rolling Stone, this is a delight. You've got Paul on the vocals and the mighty Jeff Beck on the guitar, outstanding from Jeff Beck. Good Morning Little Schoolgirl Part 1, again Jeff Beck doing the stuff, great guitarists. And then we get my favourite Muddy Waters song of all time, I'm Your Hoochie Coochie Man, great vocal from Paul, and playing on this one with him is Steve Miller, great version of the song, love it. She's Alright, another track with Trevor Rabin on it. His guitar work on that is fantastic. Complements Paul's vocal on this. Then we get another outstanding track, classic track, Standing Around Crying. Brilliant vocal from Paul, and exceptional guitar work from Mr. David Gilmour. Then we get an Albert King song, The Hunter. Really good version of this, and this has got Slash from Guns N' Roses fame. He's a pretty good guitarist. Okay, he's a little bit overrated, but on this he sounds fantastic, really good. Then we get a fantastic track, She Moves. Gary Moore plays guitar on this, and Gary Moore was such a brilliant blues guitarist. Fantastic guitar solo on this. Then we get I'm Ready, another classic from Muddy. This time he's got Mr. Brian May. Fantastic stuff. Next track on here, I Just Want to Make Love to You. Jeff Beck does the guitar on this. Awesome, awesome track. Then we get another version of Born Under a Bad Sign. This time it's with Neil Schon from Santana. Absolutely belting version. Then we get Good Morning Little Schoolgirl Part 2. This has got Richie Sambora on it from Bon Jovi. Absolutely cracking. Great guitar work from Richie. Then we get another version of Muddy Water Blues, but this is the electrical version, and it features Neil Schon. Again, great version. I'm a huge fan of Muddy Waters. This is a great tribute, and it's got a couple of Albert King songs on to full measure. Great album. And I give it an RTO ranking of 7.5. Okay, coming in number 2. It's the debut solo album from Paul Rodgers from 1983, Cut Loose. Unlike any of the other albums he made, Paul plays every damn god instrument on this album. Fair play to him, and he recorded it at his house in Kingston, up north somewhere, as they say. Okay, first track on here is Fragile. This is a great track. Great little rocker. Fantastic stuff. Title track, Cut Loose. Great blues rocker. He's such a great musician. Plays everything on this. Again, you know, unbelievable version song. Thinking of the next song. The next song is Live in Peace. Now this is a track that was on the Firm albums, but this is the best version, and considering he played everything on it, it is a fantastic song and a fantastic version. Sweet sensation, nice guitar work, nice guitar solo from Paul on this, very very good. Rising Sun, another brilliant track from this musician, from Paul Rodgers. Great piano in it, great guitar work, it's just absolutely out the top drawer. Boogeyman does what it says in the title. This is a great little boogie rocker, great song. Morning After the Night Before. It's not my favourite track on the album, but give credit to Paul, it's a fantastic track. You know, he's playing multitude of instruments on it and it sounds brilliant. North Wind, another solid track, a brilliant arrangement, and you do forget that he plays everything on this. Superstar Woman, something straight out of the Bad Company catalogue to me, great track. Talking Guitar Blues, it's just a solid blues track, fantastic. Great debut solo album. You know, he played every instrument on this and it's superb. There's not many people can do that, but he's one of them. So I'll give it an RTO ranking of 8 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 1 then. Released in the year 2000, the third album, Electric. Very, very good album. On here we have got Paul Rodgers, guitar and anything else he can lay his hands on. Producer, mixed it, did everything. Jeff Whitehorn again on guitar, Jimmy Copley on the drums, Jazz Lockery on the bass, we've got Tommy Keenly side on the flute, Saffron Henderson, Tanya Hankscroft and Catherine St. German and Cynthia Kerluck on backing vocals. This is a solid album, got some great tracks on here. Well, it is my favourite. Deep Blue, nice blues number, really nice backing vocals on that. Walking Tall, another terrific blues song, great bass from Jazz Lockery, fantastic. Find a Way, this is a track that could have appeared on any Bad Company album. It's got a great guitar solo in it, great drumming from Jim Copley, fantastic. Then we get my favourite track, China Blue, mixture of soul and blues together. It is fantastic track, great vocal and great guitar work. Love Reigns, piano on this is fantastic, good guitar solo, quality track. Over You, one of those tracks that's so suited to Bad Company, fantastic guitar work, different textures of the guitar, lovely. Drifters, nice opening rock riff this has, great rocker. Paul did write some great rockers. Freedom, a great track. Paul's voice on this is absolutely brilliant, his finest performance on this album, fantastic. Jasmine Flower, one of the slow songs, but a great slow song, a lovely arrangement. And then Paul's just on fire. Then we got Conquistadora. I've pronounced that wrong, but this is just a brilliant track. Love the riff in this, the bass line is terrific, one of the best tracks on the album. This is an absolute fantastic album, and I think it defines Paul Rodgers as a musician. A great combination of all the stuff he's done over the years. It's very rare that this man put out a bad album. In fact, he never put out a bad album, whatever he's been on. I'll give this an RTO ranking of 9 out of 10. Okay, that's the last in the series of Paul Rodgers. It's been a fantastic journey, and we've looked at everything that Paul's been involved with, which has been brilliant. So next week we start on the poll winner of Mr. John Lord, looking at some of the music that he done through his fantastic career. Okay, we've got one more show to do after today. We've got the classic album, and this is a really good album. It was a soundtrack to a movie. We're talking about Prince and the Revolution and Purple Rain. So I will see you for that. Take care for now.